We have Saraiya Piantek. Where's Ciara? There she is. Oh my goodness, this is another bold example of the YWCA and the impact that the organization has to empower women. And I want to welcome you to the stage. I'll let you tell all about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am honored to get to follow up after the wrapping, so see if I can top it. Let's take this off. So I'll be talking a lot about my experience with the Y. For people who don't know me, my name is Saraiya Piantek. I'm 26 years old, and I've been with the Y for 8 years now. But before I get into that, I wanted to share a little bit about myself. So as a child, I experienced a lot of struggles as a kid and a young adult in life that shaped a unique perspective that I bring to the work that I do today. There were many inconsistencies in my life, from housing to school to relationships, and these experiences often left me feeling misunderstood. I was often seen as an attention seeker or annoying, which are terms that to this day have a deeper meaning based on my past feelings. In 9th grade, I found out that my two siblings and I, were moving to Minnesota where my grandparents lived. At this point, I started school in the cities, and then we moved to Duluth shortly after, where I'd started my 3rd school for that year. I found it hard to connect with people and to find a place to belong, especially as a biracial student. I felt that I did not belong in many of the traditional cliques. I stayed focused on my goals for graduating and wanted to go to college for early childhood education. I found out I was pregnant in May of 2011, which was the end of my 10th grade year. At that point, I chose to end the unhealthy relationship that I had with my son's father, and my journey of growing into who I am today really begins there. I went through many experiences of needing to be there for those who did not respect my boundaries or appreciate me as my own individual. I faced many barriers my senior year, being a single mother, breastfeeding, and working 20 hours a week on top of trying to graduate while behind in credits. When my son was 6 months old, I finally decided to put him in daycare. At that point, I had heard about the YWCA Child Care Center, which was perfect because it was only a few blocks from Denfeld High School. And I was taking a city bus every morning, so dropping him off somewhere close was essential. I applied for him to have a spot in the infant room, and they were able to give me a spot right away. And the staff delighted in him on a daily basis, and I know that he was somewhere where he felt safe and supported as his own person. Shortly after he started daycare, his teacher mentioned the YWCA also having a Young Mothers program. I was able to talk to the case manager right away, since both of the programs shared a building. I expressed interest to the case manager due to struggling with my relationship with my mom and needing to be on my own to do my best as a newer mom. And I moved into the program a week later. During my year and a half living in the Young Mothers program, I was able to build long-lasting and trusting relationships with people who are still in my life today. We had to attend house meetings and groups where I learned many things, including how to have healthy relationships and about the circle of security. That's what we're all about at the Y. Ooh, let me step back. Which I use to this day to foster secure attachments, not only with my son, but with everyone that I'm around. There were chores that residents needed to complete weekly and room checks to ensure that we would build sustainable household skills, such as cleaning and laundry. Staff ran programming that was optional and tailored to our interests, some of these including cooking, art activities, and budgeting. I created close friendships with other residents that have taught me vulnerability and boundaries, and staff that have taught me unconditional but tough love. There were definitely times I did not enjoy living in the program where I was being told what to do due to wanting to be as independent as possible. But looking back, I'm so happy I stayed, and the lessons that I have learned are invaluable. As a resident in the program, after 9 months of living there and following the rules, the case manager was able to write a letter to HRA asking to put me to the top of the housing list, including all of the skills that I've learned from the structure of the program, So in 2016, I moved into my first apartment, and a year later, I came back to work as a youth advocate in the program. I have been working there since, and I continue to be blown away by the resilience and the strengths that the moms enter our program with. 2 years ago, I accepted a position as the Girl Power Coordinator. In this position, we taught girl identifying youth how to develop a healthy and empowering sense of self, and we were able to do this through engaging in hands-on programming. Learning how to accept, love, understand, and advocate not only grew the youth's confidence, but mine as well. Last year, I accepted a new position outside of the YWCA as the Community Schools Coordinator at Denfeld High School, where I graduated. See, I lost my place now, guys. Okay. I can truly say the confidence, self-awareness, and emotional growth that I have gained through my experience with the YWCA was a stepping stone for who I am today and how I continue to support our community. Programs like the ones we see through the YWCA are vital for our youth of all backgrounds to create caring and supportive adult relationships, which lead to resiliency. Meeting them where they are, supporting them to reach their own individual goals, and opening more opportunities and networks is how they reach their full potential. It takes a village, a community, to break dysfunctional cycles. You are an essential part of helping this process. You are making a difference in individual lives, therefore helping create a better world for all of us. When a young person feels invested in, they feel hope. When they feel hope, they create goals, and with goals, they succeed. With your financial support, we are helping young people succeed in creating meaningful and self-sufficient lives they can be proud of. I ask you to consider the girls of today and tomorrow because we are their village. Thank you.